My name is Aaron Lucy. I'm a headshot photographer here at denverheadshots.com. I grew up in a town called Queenstown in New Zealand, which was a really beautiful place to grow up. Really outdoorsy, you know, lots of good activities to do. I left New Zealand in about 2000 and ended up in Los Angeles, mostly Los Angeles, for about 15 years. Moved to Denver in 2016. Just wanted to get closer to the mountains again. I've always really liked snowboarding and mountain biking, that kind of thing. So I was really just passing through, but met a bunch of people and ended up getting some work and actually ended up getting married and having a kid while I was living there. So here I still am. And my daughter Tokyo, she's 17 now. She's kind of almost fully done. She's out there in the world doing stuff. It's pretty cool. I find people in Colorado, much like people anywhere, there's all kinds of people here and I get to meet a lot of them. Often though, when people come to the studio, it's because something exciting is happening in their life. They're getting a promotion or they're moving on to a new situation, they've received an award, they're going to be in a magazine, something like that. So a lot of the time I meet people kind of at their best and I love being a part of that. I think originally I thought I was going to be an attorney when I grew up. But I think that's just because I thought they made a lot of money. I wasn't really that interested in it. But when I was about 14 or 15, I saw a movie called Salvador, which followed some photojournalists who were covering the Civil War in El Salvador. And I thought that looked like a really exciting and also really important job. And I kind of started looking into photography a lot more at that point. And that's what I wanted to do. So I took it as a subject in my last year at high school, and it turned out to be my best subject. And to one degree or another, I've been a photographer ever since. When I got my first camera, I was just really excited about the possibilities of what I could do with it. I think it was a Pentax MEF. Might have been one of the first autofocus cameras, I think, because it didn't work very well. So I just loved the power of good photography, and I was looking at a lot of it. And just the idea of what you can create with this little box was fascinating to me. I've done a lot of different types of photography, and there's been a lot of things that I've really enjoyed about it. I love delivering finished images to people when they look just perfect, you know. What I'm really enjoying about it right now is the people that I meet. When I was doing other types of photography, I didn't really enjoy shooting headshots that much. It felt like there was just too many rules, and I was always trying to tell kind of a bit of a story through the photography by using different backgrounds, and was shooting outside a lot, shooting a lot of actors and stuff in Los Angeles. And I was the photos just weren't doing it for me. The way that I shoot headshots now, because there's such a process and a system to how I do it, I would have thought at one time that I would find that boring. But the thing is now what I do shooting headshots is much more about connecting with people. And it's those personal connections that really make the shots work. So even though I kind of do the same thing every day, it's completely different with every person.
So what does your headshot say about you?
It says that I need to lose 10 pounds. I don't know, I like that it's kind of a little on the darker side. I've always had, you know, a little bit of a dark side, but also I'm also a very positive person, so I'd like to think it captures both sides of that. Well, Tommy actually shot my headshot for me, and it was great working with him. It's kind of fun to be on the, in front of the camera when I've seen him shooting so many other people, because he really is so good at what he does. You know, he just brings the personality out, and we picked a shot that was kind of, had maybe a bit of an edge to it, because I like that, but still has the things that we look for, confidence and approachability. One of the things I love about being a headshot specialist is I'm not trying to solve a bunch of technical problems. I know how to set the lights, I know the camera settings. They're mostly the same for every client. So when that person comes in, my focus is purely on how do I make them feel in order to make them look good. So it's much more about a connection and not so much about worrying about photography. Why should you work with us? Well, I think because we're awesome. When you come into Denver Headshots, you know you're going to be leaving with the best photo you've ever had of yourself.
Beautiful.
Shit, that's 2 down.